What's going on, everybody? Jeremiah with JeremiahV.com. Today we're going to talk about how to generate leads as a staffing agency using LinkedIn. This is 3 steps that I'm going to go over to bring value to your life in this video. Before I dive into the content, I want to first encourage you guys to hop over to YouTube.com if you're not on there already and type in Jeremiah Vegan. Once you type in Jeremiah Vegan, you want to subscribe, hit that red button and hit that notification bell after you do that. By doing this, this will give you notified. This will get you notified each time we do a video on generating leads and how to grasp that entrepreneurial mindset. So we're very consistent and we want to give content for you. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Everybody says that. I have to say it though. Now, when it comes to generating leads from the information that I came across, a lot of people that are educating you on how to generate leads as a staffing agency, they often base their mindset on what's traditional a lot of the times. And no disrespect to them, because a lot of the content that I've came across is very good. However, I never really see practical information when it comes to generating leads. And when I do come across practical information, the closest thing that I see is them saying you do cold calling or use social media or something like that that's really vague, but nobody really goes into detail. So I want to talk about how you can actually generate a lead, how you can generate leads using LinkedIn. As a recruiter, people know that LinkedIn is very beneficial for you. For you to be on LinkedIn, right? I think that's obvious. You can post jobs on LinkedIn. People hire a lot of candidates on LinkedIn. But are you using it to prospect and get leads to earn more business instead of just doing cold calling or cold emailing or door-to-door, business to business? I personally love the staffing and recruiting agency because I'm really about people, and I feel like once you service people first, everything else will fall into place for you personally. I truly believe that. So I really enjoy working with the people in this industry because I really love the overall mission statement. I really like the overall objective and the end goal that it does for helping businesses, which I'm really passionate about doing, as well as helping people provide for their families. So when I connect those two, magic happens. The first thing that I want to talk about before we actually get into how to actually generate leads using LinkedIn is to, number 1, find your niche. This is pretty obvious if you've been doing this for a while. If you're in the staffing industry, you know that, recruiters are on LinkedIn. It's kind of mandatory to be on LinkedIn and network and stuff like that. But as a staffing company, are you actually narrowing down what niche you're going to be in? What industry do you typically find people for? All right. The reason why you want to actually narrow down what your niche is because it gives you a focal point. It gives you something to focus on, so you won't have to learn under other industries as much. All right. If you understand what your potential client is because you're familiar with their industry, it's easy for you to hit their pain points. A lot of the times you can resonate with them. And when you resonate with them, the chances of them being landed as a client, the chances increase, right? They increase for you. So you convert. So you first want to find your niche. Find what industry that you want to focus on first. The next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you prospect. Kind of like what I was saying before when it comes to finding your niche, but a little different. You want to start prospecting using LinkedIn, okay? One of the things that you can do is you need to identify, you need to know the titles, the name of the titles of the decision makers for whatever industry you're looking to pursue. All right, you need to understand, are you looking to contact the founder? Are you looking to contact the director of marketing? Are you trying to find the CEO? Who are you trying to reach that will be able to make a decision to get you for you to land them as a client, okay? Because if you're working for like a big company, if you're targeting a bigger industry, a lot of the times they might have more than one person that does more than one thing, right? I mean, assuming that you already been doing this for a while, you probably already know that, but you definitely want to know who your with the job title, the industry, the company size, the location. Those are the 4 main things I would say, and maybe some keywords too when you're using LinkedIn, especially if you're using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. The next thing that you want to do is you want to start doing the outreach. So that's reaching out to those people that you after you figure out who you're going to prospect. That's very important, all right? So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to briefly go over how you can actually prospect and reach out to those clients using Sales Navigator. But I want to give a friendly tip to all those staffing agencies out there. If you hire a telemarketing agency to do your cold calling, it's going to save you a lot of money potentially. I personally think this. I never hired it. Just a disclaimer. I never hired someone to do staffing, right? But if you're already doing that, especially if you're like in business development and stuff like that, if you're already doing that, essentially you're cold calling the recruiter. The recruiters is cold calling, looking to find businesses and then connecting the recruiters. So you're finding the businesses that you're finding the businesses who need candidates, who need workers, and then you're out there recruiting those workers, right? You can save yourself some time by going on a website like Upwork, and you can hire someone for like $150 a month, or like paying somebody, between $7 to $8 an hour or less, because their dollar is different than the American dollar. And you can have them do the cold calling for you, and you can just hire a telemarketing agency in the Philippines or something like that. Now, if you're against that because you want to outsource and you want to hire people in the States, I completely understand that. But a lot of people are doing that, where they're outsourcing, they're going to like Upwork and hiring people on there. So that's just a suggestion, and you can hire Americans on Upwork as well, and it can save you a lot of money depending on who you decide to hire. So go on Upwork, upwork.com. Let them hire the right team. Let them do all the work for you when it comes to the cold calling, and then you go out there and you just speak to the leads. That's one way to actually scale your business, and just put the people in place to run the system for you, okay? Okay, so we're on LinkedIn right now, and we're actually in the Sales Navigator portion of LinkedIn, which is the paid version of LinkedIn. You can get the free trial, which is free for 30 days, or you can get the paid version, which is around $84 a month. Well worth it if you know how to prospect and outreach correctly. And what you can do is you could prospect, meaning find out who you want to actually target, and then do the outreach once you send out the invites. So let me give you an example briefly. Once we hop on over to the Sales Navigator, which you will access from the regular version of LinkedIn, and it'll be the dashboard. If it's already installed, you would just go over to Sales Navigator, and it will open up a new window and forward you over here. And then what you can do is you can go to Advanced with the search engine bullet keyboard or search engine part right here, and then you want to go over to search for leads. And then once you go to search for leads, a profile filter is going to pop up. Okay, let me put this down out of here. The profile filter is going to come up, and this is what I was talking about earlier where I said you can add the location. So you can be local, which is awesome. If you're local and you want to have an office and you want to actually connect with people locally, do business development locally, you can do locally, or you can do nationally where you can target everybody. So let's say, for example, I want to primarily focus on Charlotte, North Carolina first, and then the rest of the opportunities that may be out there in the States, because I'm in Charlotte. So let's say we want to focus on a specific industry. A lot of warehouse companies or a lot of agencies, they like to target warehousing. So if I want to do that, and let's do industrial, see what comes up with industrial, and yeah, let's say we want to focus on warehousing and industrial. And then you want to type, you can put in the title. Like I was telling you, you want to understand who you need to reach as far as the titles. Okay, that's up to you. I don't really know. You would probably know better than I would. You need to understand what is the name of the title. Alright, so that can be decision makers, that can be you know, like director of marketing, that could be founder. For example, let's just do founder and see what comes up. We're gonna go to founder, or maybe we can do HR specialist or HR director of HR. Human resources, let's see if we can target some human resources specialist, manager of human resources, see what comes up. And then we're going to put in a company headcount, which is the amount of people that they may have working for them. So a lot of agencies like to hire a lot of people, because obviously the more people that you hire, the better, I would assume. So you would go to, let's do 500, between 500, 1,000. I'm just winging it. This is just as an example. You obviously would know more than I would, right? So just apply this to what your situation is. So just off me putting that, 574 results came up. Not too crazy, but it'll do for this video. And you can also do other things. You can put in other things, but typically I never ever fill out all of this. I just fill out the main 4 points that I just shared with you guys. 574 results came out. And then what you can do after that is you can actually target these people. Now what I typically do is I typically target the people who've posted on LinkedIn within the last 30 days or so. So I go over here and then I would reach out to them and just do the connection requests. I would do connection invites. So I will go over here, I will connect. And the goal is to add your target audience in your network. So I would just send invites over and over again. This is one of my clients' profiles, so I'm not going to connect at all with them. But you simply would just go down the list and you would send invites. Now, if you're a new account, you don't want to start sending out a bunch of invites. You don't want to send out more than 20 invites per day, in my opinion, if you're a new account, because you don't want LinkedIn to flag you as spam. You want to gradually increase your personal invites. Once they accept you into the network, everybody's not going to accept you, but when they accept you, it's kind of like equivalent to like a friend request on Facebook. Once they accept you, you then do the outreach. Okay, you can create a system. Now you can do this yourself manually, or you can hire someone like us to do it for you, which we're a lead generation service and we run campaigns like this all the time. So if you're interested, make sure that you look in the description below, or you can contact me 704-810-2488. I think that's the number. If not, it'll be in the description below. Go to jeremiahvika.com for more details. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully this helps. And if I send you this on LinkedIn, thank you for watching. I'm not trying to pitch you. I'm just trying to add value since you're in my network. That's really it. Because at the end of the day, we're on LinkedIn for networking at the end of the day. I know a lot of people get frustrated when people sell them stuff. But at the end of the day, That's what LinkedIn is for: networking, creating opportunities, and advancing in life. However you want to make it, that's what I'm on here for. I'm here to network, connect with people, and then after that, land some clients. So, love you. You be safe. You be great, because you are great.